Rebecca Lynn Pope is a matchmaker, wife, Christian mother, such and so forth. She made this video, and the timing is incredible because she made this video about women's dating standards being unrealistic. And she never said directly black women, but we know she was inferring black women. I know many men like myself who are single, black, 6'2" or higher, well, making a good income, attractive. So we're the ones that Rebecca Lynn Pope was referring to. We're also the ones that a lot of these response videos from women are referring to, and a lot of guys. But I see a lot of the women, and one thing I notice is they all have no avatars, and regardless of what their opinion is, I'm like, you guys have no idea what we want. You think you know what we want. Our women's expectations are unrealistic. I'm gonna tell you this. In my time of living, I've had more women approach me who know right off the bat, there's no way in heck we are a match. None. As a man, to say that, you're an asshole. As a man, if you were to say that, you're rude. As a man, if you were to say that, you're cocky. Okay, let's just ask, let's be realistic. If you saw a classically attractive black woman with the body type everyone wants, and she was educated, she was single, she owned her own business, making a nice living, jumping out of a BMW, would you think a dude with 3 kids should run over there and holler at her? And he's driving a Civic? Men, we understand these things. Women, for the most part, think just because I'm cute, I'm in the game. So as a man, you have to learn how to say no and be nice. It's bizarro world, because I've also been a bouncer at a nightclub, and I've seen some of the baddest chicks. It's funny, when you're an attractive woman, you can turn a man down like that, and nobody thinks twice about it. They don't call, 1 or 2 guys will call you the B word, but in general, nobody's gonna throw shade at you. If you're an attractive man and turn a woman down, you got to be a fag, you got to be lame, all these other kind of things. Women today, I'm going to say it, sisters in general, your dating standards are unrealistic. Of the guys that I know, the like-minded men, generally, we don't want women like you. Let me tell you the kind of sister the average man wants. He wants a woman who's smart. That does not mean educated. She does not have to have a PhD, an MS, a BS. She just needs to be smart. We want women who are nice. We want women who are feminine. Typically, driven men don't want aggressive, driven women because there's no balance. We're both competing. A man who is 6'2", keeps himself in shape, wants a woman to keep herself in shape. I remember being on Match.com. Yeah, because it was like that. Me on Match.com. I write profiles for men. I package people. I also help guys get ready for interviews, dates, men and women. But also online dating, I help guys write their online dating profiles. That's a professional service, because a lot of guys fail online dating service profiles and women just laugh at them. I would have in my profile saying, hey, in the nicest way possible, here's who I am. Here's what I like. I cycle. Every year I ride at least 5 100-mile races on a bicycle. So in my profile, I would write, hey, I'm an athlete. I'm looking for someone who's athletic and in shape. And I even defined it. I said, let me define athletic, because since it's a pretty liberal definition, if you're 5'4", you need to weigh between 115 and 135. That's athletic. If you're over that, cool. Not my taste. You know how many women I had to sit back there and read that and tell me? I had a woman who was 5'4", 210, cuss me out because I wouldn't go out with her. I got my PhD and I'm this, I'm that. She was sending me pictures and this. I'm like, whoa. I was like, let's flip this. If you were a man, if it's the other way around, if you're an attractive woman and a man like you approached her, would you go out with him? She said no. Like, so why should I go out with you? Well, I just didn't think you would be that shallow. Usually, a man is well written, is well spoken, such and so forth. Yes, there are a lot of women today who have unrealistic standards. If all the women, if most of the women in Black America want men of my ilk, I've always had my choice of 10+ to 1. Always. It's always been that way. No matter where I am, it's usually 10 to 1. Go to Atlanta, it gets ridiculous in Atlanta. It was 30+1 because the amount of black people, then the gay black population. The only thing that really kept the thing that kept me from being such a dog and a hoe and all the other kind of stuff and just running through women was my father had 13 children. I promised myself I would never become that guy. See, 6 foot is one thing, but 6'2" is 3% of the population in the world. But think about it. Ask yourself the question. If you were the part of the population where you could have pretty much any woman, you fit almost any woman's type, what would you do? That's any woman, any black woman, and then also women of other races. Because if they're going to date a black man, they're like, if I'm going to deal with those slings and arrows, I want the cream of the crop or the best of the best. But here's one thing I've noticed. 3% black men almost universally want black women. Boom. Almost universally want black women. So much to the fact that we will go beyond. We will deal with the mess, the anger, the attitude, and all this other kind of stuff. And you would think we would have it easier because we're so wanted, right? We're so valuable. We're so sought after. You know, you're over 6'2", you make 6 figures, you drive a foreign car, you got a college degree, you own your own business. But guess what, ladies? Those are the guys you tend to start calling Lawrence. So do you really want it? No. That's why you hear so many black men saying your expectations are unrealistic. Because even when you get that physical body type, if he ain't Tupac with a PhD, if he's not the dude off Power, that's just what it is. Then you get upset because black men decide to go MGTOW, MRA, it more, and just say, I'm not dating. I've been in a serious relationship for 3 years, and it's not because I don't have choices. The dating world today is crazy. Crazy. And as someone who has a little bit higher, I have a higher public profile because I'm on YouTube, such and so forth. I am more methodical, more thoughtful about how I date, what I do. And I know there are other men out there like it. Yeah, you're 41 and no kids. Yeah, one of my friends here in Oklahoma, he's an entrepreneur just like myself. He's my ace. He's 43 years old, never married, no kids, has the same problem. So to all the women out there who say you want an accomplished, attractive black man with these credentials, and say there are none out there, yes, there are. Tons of them. I've known Lawrence's my entire life, but I've yet to find a Lawrence who gets treated the way people say they would treat him if they found him. Let me say that again. You would think that if you're at the top of if you're at the pinnacle of all these things that women say they want, and you got all these women trying to get you, 10-to-1 black women, all these other women, if you finally say, okay, I want to get with you, Kathy, you, Deborah, you, Shanika, you think Kathy, Deborah, Shanika would be like, oh, yes, I got one. Nope. You get in a relationship, they treat you just like Issa did Lawrence. That's the truth. Unrealistic.